Hey y'all, and welcome to another Tumbler tutorial. This one is going to be a single color with a decal, just super easy, beginner friendly. I love the way this handled tumbler turned out, and I hope you're excited too. So starting off, I'm using a cup that I was going to strip, but then I realized I wanted to use blue glitter, so I'm just gonna add my Mod Podge right straight on over the epoxy layer. I had some pumpkin decals, I just took those off, and like I said, now I'm Mod Podging it. You just really want an even coat of Mod Podge and somewhat thick, not too thick, but not very thin, because you want something for that glitter to really adhere to. And sometimes Mod Podge can get a little gloopy. If you've ever worked with it, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just picking those spots out here. I do take my weeding tool and get some of the smaller spots out, but I don't know if there's any way to avoid this or not. It's always been kind of like this for me. I just wanted to avoid using more epoxy, and since I was just doing one color of glitter, I went ahead and used the Mod Podge method. See here, I'm picking out some more spots with my little weeding tool, but it turned out fine. You can't notice them in the end. It's just one of the little quirks of using Mod Podge. Like I said, I'm just going over the entire cup, getting a somewhat thick and very even layer of Mod Podge. They make special decoupage brushes, but these craft brushes I got from Amazon work perfectly. They're really wide and they get a great even coat. I will link them down below in the description box because they work perfect. When my tumbler is completely coated with the Mod Podge, making sure I pay special attention to the handle area, I'm going to completely cover it in this navy blue glitter. You have to kind of be careful with the handle. Just take your time, get it from every single angle. You want that glitter all the way around the handle, up, back, around, in between, through, everywhere. But you're just gonna let it rip and go super heavy-handed with the glitter and make sure everything is coated very evenly. I'm not sure why it's coming up splotchy looking in the camera. It did not look like that in person. It does not look like that under epoxy now. I don't know why it looks like that. But once I'm done glittering, I'm gonna aggressively tap off the excess glitter with a pair of scissors and then take the excess glitter and dump it back into the container. I let that glitter layer dry for about 2 to 3 hours. I give it really good ample time to dry and cure. Some people move faster than that. That's just what I like. And I'm going in with 30 milliliters of KSResin. It's their liquidy split fast set epoxy. And this is a 20-ounce tumbler from Craft Haven. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I love Craft Haven. I will forever be using them. But since this is a single color cup, I didn't seal the glitter. I'm just adding the epoxy straight in over the raw glitter, and I'm making sure that I'm pressing in the epoxy all the way around the glitter so there's no air pockets or bubbles or anything like that, and just making sure that I get a really nice thick layer. For the handle area, I really find it's easiest to turn off the turner and just take my time and go in really well, again, up, around, over, through, between, everywhere around the handle. Even when you think you have it completely coated, add some more epoxy because it's probably not coated good enough. It's really not as hard as it seems, but it is a little finicky, and you just want to make sure that every part has epoxy touching it so it'll be completely covered. Once I have a good even layer of epoxy, I'm going to go in with my torch just to pop any bubbles that may have surfaced. I let that dry for about 4 to 6 hours. It is a fast set epoxy, so it doesn't take quite as long, but I'm going straight in with my second layer of epoxy, doing the same thing. Turn my turner off, going in, up, around, over, between, everywhere around the handle, making sure that every surface is coated as well as it can be. And then I'm just gonna epoxy like normal, get a good even coat. I used about 15 to 20 milliliters here. It doesn't take a whole lot, but there was still a little bit of bumpiness that I wanted to cover, so I added another layer of epoxy. At this point, the cup was pretty smooth, but I wanted to just kind of knock down any imperfections, and then I'm gonna sand around the rim, exposing a fine line of stainless steel. This is where the final coats of epoxy will adhere to the cup, and if you do it at the top, it's more vulnerable. It's likely to break and chip, and then you'll get water underneath because the seal is broken. So this just gives it a stronger edge to adhere to, so it's not quite as vulnerable, and it makes it a little bit more durable. And then I'm just gonna go over the entire cup and kind of scuff it up. It didn't really need any like smoothing or anything like that. And now I'm gonna go ahead and add my decal. I'm gonna be using the hinge method to do this. Just kind of line it up where I want it, peel back the transfer tape, peel the backing away from the transfer tape, and then anchor it down where it's gonna be. It was giving me a little bit of trouble here, as you can see, but I'm just gonna snip off part of the backing, anchor the decal down where it's gonna go, and then peel it back from the other side, and then just lay it down, and it comes out even and smooth. Then I'm gonna burnish it down with my felt tip squeegee, and we're good to go for the final layer of epoxy. Starting with my turner off at the handle area, I'm gonna go in really well around the handle again, and then we're just gonna add the final layer of epoxy like normal, torching it at the end to remove any bubbles. And this is the final result. I really love this blue glitter under the epoxy. It sparkles so much. I love that this cup has a handle, and it's perfect for my morning iced coffee. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you'll subscribe and give this video a thumbs up for more tumbler tutorials like this. Thanks, bye.